Okay.
Yay.
So Joan and I are together, and I think everyone else is going to watch this on the recording. So we just started the recording, and we are going to work on the birthday kit, the birthday organizer kit. So I opened mine a little bit ago. I haven't had a chance to complete it or anything, but I do have some cards to show. And then we'll do a couple of the cards as they are shown on the organizer kit. And then we will also I'm going to show you a couple that I did and a couple more ideas I have and what I used for them. So this kit does not come with any stamps, so it is perfectly ready to go. And in fact, if you wanted to, you do not need to even use your own adhesive. So it comes with double-sided tape, and these are kind of hard to see, I know, sorry. These are their, it's like our foam tape, but I can't remember what they call them. So they come with both of those. It also comes with some little gems. They're actually like sequins. They're kind of like iridescent sequins in this one. And then we have the instructions. We have the card bases, which are these two. We have the envelopes, which I want you to see are here. And I also want you to acknowledge, and I'm going to show you later, but so this card envelope actually has the pattern. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on camera, but it actually goes all the way down. So for one of my cards I showed you, I took that apart and I am using the striped paper, just so you know. And then there's also the gingham. The colors in this kit are not all current colors, but I have used some other ones. Oh, here's the other. I knew there was other adhesive. Sorry, it's right there. And somehow I got it all stuck on my, but the colors in here are basic black, evening evergreen, which is no longer available, but I'm guessing we could have used like mossy meadow probably for it. And then petal pink, which is a color still available. Sahara sand is not, I used pecan pie on some of it. And then I'm going to be honest, I don't have a ton of Stampin' Up! Cardstock yet. So I have intermixed cardstock that I have, which is some close to my heart cardstock colors, until I have more of all of these colors. I am using petal pink from Stampin' Up!, but then I am also using sage and almond from close to my heart cardstock that I have on hand, and then black, either basic black or the black from close to my heart. It's identical, so you could use either one, whichever you have. And then the other color that this says it has is soft succulent. I actually have not seen that Stampin' Up! Color, and I'm not sure what it would compare to, but I think the colors I've picked work with all of it. So those are the colors I have used. And then included in the directions, and it also has these die cut sheets. It has some stickers. Now remember, in a lot of these kits, they come in 4 languages. So there's English, German, French, and Dutch usually. So those 4 are on all of these sticker sheets. This one is the It's Your Day little banner. This one is a white happiest birthday, and those are stickers. Some more of these die cuts. And then there's also these die cuts here. Oops, it's kind of hard to see, sorry, on camera. They are what I think it called it, sorry, Sahara sand. Since it's a retired color, I haven't ever heard the name, so I wasn't sure. Another one of those. And then the other one it comes with, obviously we want the English version. Here are the months. So you actually have the months in the other languages also. But here are the months that we need. And then it comes with the birthday organizer, which is really cute as is. But I don't have everything right now here. I am not unpacked for my retreat last weekend, and I couldn't find the die cuts that I wanted quickly. But I think I am going to do like a die cut top and bottom, or even a freehand cut. And then I think I might put something in the middle. And I'm pretty sure I have a couple. I'll look through my Stampin' Up! Stamps first. But I think I have a few close to my heart stamps around that have something like a day to remember or something to that effect that I'm going to put on the front here. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. And then also when you open this up then, so there are pockets in the front, and then there's a pocket for every month with like a perpetual calendar. So you can put the birthdays for each month on here for your reminders. And then there's pockets. So you can slip the cards in for that month. And then you can just grab the ones you want on the day you need to send it. So you could prepare months ahead, or you could prepare each month and then just pull them out each time. So there are obviously the 12 months. We'll flip to the back. And then there is also a pocket on the back where you can keep them. So you could keep some pre-made cards in the front and back and just use them as you need them. Now, this has the months. They have it kind of so that it goes on the pocket page. So one of my first things that I think I'm going to do to my personal organizer is, and I haven't decided which. So this is the 2-inch circle. So I just used the 2-inch circle punch. And I did punch this out of almond because that's what I had. And then I scored it using the scoring blade on my Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And I scored them in half and folded it. Now I have some old calendar stamps. You could also handwrite them. You could do whatever, but I'm going to put each month, I think, and I'm going to make little tabs. And that's what I'm going to do with this, I believe. I'm not sure which way I'm going to do it. If I'm going to do half of them and just leave it this way. I also have the little tab file folder punch, which I do have over there if you want to see it. But I had already had these punched out in white, so I grabbed those thinking that I might do that. And I think what I'm going to do is stagger them down 6, and then start over in July and stagger them down again to December. But then I can easily flip to the month I'm looking for, either to add people to it or to put the cards in. So that was just an idea I have. That's not something that you have to do with it. It's still super cute just as it is. And obviously you can flip through and see the month that you need. So don't worry if that's not of interest to you, but it's something that I think I'm going to do. So I thought I would show it. And I will when I finally get this done, which probably won't be today. I'll put some photos and have my final cards and the organizer when I have it done. And I'm probably going to do this class again in a Zoom live, so that some of you that weren't able to participate can, and maybe some new people also can, because I'm going to do some of these as Christmas gifts. So I'm going to be making them anyway. I might as well do it live. So in order to make these cards a little different, and they kind of have, so if you open it up, let's see where it best shows them. I guess on the front, it kind of shows them the best, if you can see that. So they kind of have something that's a little bit more feminine with a flower. And then this one, which really just has patterns, so it can kind of be used for anyone. So they do have 2 different cards that you can do. There are 6 of each. You can make them just like this, and they're adorable. There's nothing wrong with just doing them like this. You need to add nothing else, and we can do that. But because you can do that without my help, I thought I would do a couple, show you some examples that have some just a little bit stuffed up. I really didn't go over and above because, like I said, I couldn't find all my stuff. And I'm going to be honest, the cards that I've made, I made in like 20 minutes before I came on. So here are the instructions. The instructions for their stuff are pretty good. So if you flip it open, they show you the first card, which the first card is going to use the base with like the green checkerboard and the green here. And it's also going to use, if you look on these die cuts, this card basically uses everything that's in the white. So if you want to punch those out, that one is all going to be for this card. And then the other 2 pieces, the black on white polka dot and this green one, those are actually going to be used for the second card. So they made it really easy. And the thing I love about their cards is stuff pops out really well. And I don't know if you've had some other kits, but I don't know if you can tell, but it doesn't leave any of the little nibs on it that sometimes it does. Even on the stuff that is white that comes out, like it used to a lot of times leave little pieces or get a little rough on the edge. And in my opinion, none of them have done that I have worked on yet. So that was the first one. And then here it will give the instructions for the first card we'll go to. It gives the instructions for the second card. It basically shows you that you can add the months to each page. And then as we flip it, this side shows the pieces that you use for each. That goes for everything you're going to do. And then the back always will give you the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors in the different languages. It also gives you like a QR code that you can do that does like Stampin' Up! Basics kind of thing for stamping. And then also it usually has a QR code that will take you to the kit section of the website. It won't be my website, but it will be the regular Stampin' Up! Website, and it'll show you all the kits that are available. I'm going to tell you, and I don't know if you guys have figured this out because it's literally what I've been posting most, but I'm obsessed with the kits. I think they're so cute. There's so many choices, and not all of them are subscription based. So there are a bunch of kits that you can make that are not subscription based. So they're not paper pumpkin. I'm going to show you, I'm grabbing a couple just so I can show some of the ones that I've done. So this is like, I think it was called It's Your Cake or Take the Cake, something like that, like the candles maybe. And I kind of wanted to show you, I did like, for instance, on this one, I did exactly like it asked. Then I stepped it up just a little bit and I added some paper and some cardstock to it. And then this one, I made a shaker out of it. Now I'm having a little bit of an issue with my shakers because I didn't use the tape quite well enough. And then on this one, same thing. I'm trying to find the original. I think this was the original. I just inked around it. Here's one. Actually, this might be the original where I stamped it or then, foam taped it up. This one, I kind of inked around the white. This one, I added a little different sentiment and put a little flag behind it. And this one, and that first one, I didn't use any of the stamping on the white. This one, as you can see, I loved the stamp that it came with. This little dotted stamp came in the stamp kit. And then I made that one a shaker. And then another one, this happened to be a paper pumpkin, which I'm obsessed with. And I bought like 4 kits of it. I loved this one. This is one that I did on my own. This was not the original card. But once you, so I love the regular kits. It's perfectly great if you do that. But if you become a paper pumpkin subscriber, and once you are set up as a subscriber, you can also go and they have a whole section of past refills and kits that you can purchase. So you can go purchase ones that they had extras of. I happen to have purchased about 3 sets of this one. And then this is also one that it's so pretty. And literally, this is how the paper pumpkin kit was. It's so pretty. I don't know if you can see the gold foil, but it's so pretty. And this one, you didn't even stamp. This I'm Always Here For You was already on there. Okay, these happen to be some cards I made on my own, but I was using some of the new paper. These are some of the 6x6 paper packs. This one was another kit that I think is super cute. I think this one was called something confetti maybe, but it made these super cute cards. And this one just literally, I didn't add anything and it's so cute. It's literally just 3 things tacked on top, no stamping, nothing. And I think they're adorable. And then this one, because my family is German, I actually used the German saying out of it and created one that I'm going to send. So not that you probably do that very often, but for me, it happened to work out that I could use that. Here's some more of those. So those are also kits. And I think I'm going to kind of make this a series where we're going to kit together maybe once a month. And the other thing, just because I happen to see them now, is they always have such cute envelopes. Like this is the one that went with that blues that I told you. These are the envelopes that go with those confetti, super cute ones. And then this one is sold out, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. This is the latest paper pumpkin, and it came in this adorable little box. And I haven't done all 3 cards. So I did 1 card of each of them that was exactly how it said. And this is another one This one you did stamp, but they gave you these to stamp on so that it looks like you've fussy cut it out and made it so cute. So these were the 3 cards that I did exactly as they showed. And then these 3 cards, all I did, let me find one I haven't done yet. So this is the card base. So instead of folding it this way, like you normally would, I folded it in half this way and then put the colored piece back and like a half on top of itself. So I basically folded it and then folded it back like this to make these super cute cards that then fold out. And so I used, instead of putting this flat on the white piece of the card, I made it like this so that it would fold out.
Nice.
So I thought that was super cute. And I want to do one more. I've seen some other really cute stuff. I've also seen some adorable layouts made with this kit. So far, honestly, I'm pretty honest with what I like and don't like with you guys so that you know. But as far as the kits go, first of all, I think they are so much. I loved Craft with Heart, but these are so much better. They're great. They come with everything you need. You literally could take a kit in a car and you would have everything you needed. Take it to a hotel room. All you need to grab is the box and you would have everything you need with it. The only thing in Paper Pumpkin kits is you get the block the very first month. So you would need to have your block with you. But they give you the block the first month, and then in your subsequent subscriptions, you don't get the block every month. The Paper Pumpkin right now is $25 per month. And you can do it monthly. You can do it like 3, 6, 9, 12 month subscriptions. But the awesome thing that I think is even better than what Close to My Heart did is you can actually pause your subscription. So if you are getting behind on stuff and you don't want this month's because you're just not ready, or you see the little glimpse of it and it doesn't appeal to you, you can actually pause that month and not have it send. And it does nothing to your subscription. So if you had 6 months and you pause this month, you would still have 6 months. Or if you've gotten one and then you pause it, you would still have those 5 months coming. So I think that's a great option also. So far, I will be honest, I have loved every Paper Pumpkin kit I have seen, except something that is not my taste, but I still thought it was super cute and did them. But fruit is not my, it's just not my jam. It's not something that I like to send out necessarily. Although I thought the cards were cute, I changed them a little bit. I did use the cards. I'm going to see if it's this one. I can't remember. Sorry, like I said, I'm still not packed. Yeah, see, they're cute as can be. I'm just not a fruit person. So like if I were to pick my kits, that probably wouldn't have been the one that I picked. But I still think they're super cute to send out. So I haven't really had a Paper Pumpkin that I didn't like. They're not always cards, but the majority of the time. But again, like I said, look how cute these envelopes are that come with it. That one is for Beach Boho, and these orange ones I'm going to show you in a second if I can pull it out. These come, which these are just plain, but they are super cute and they match the card bases. So I made those. Another kit that I think is absolutely gorgeous, and you have to do nothing else. These are the cards that this kit made. Nothing added at all. And I think they're stunning. And that is a kit. This was not a Paper Pumpkin. This one was a kit called like Kaleidoscope, I believe. And then my little, some of you have seen, I did, so these boho beach ones, I kind of made my own for some of them. Some of them are exactly like it was supposed to be. Some of them I used beach day things I had. This was a cloud punch I have, and this is a die cut that I have that I absolutely love this die cut. I've been using it constantly. But I just kind of made them. And the reason I have so many is because the thing I Another thing I love about these cards is most of the time, the cards come so that the front and back is a design. So a good portion of the time, in order to stretch my money, I tend to cut these in half and use card bases that I already have and create 2 cards out of the 1 card base. Sometimes I will intermix things that were in the kit or my own stamp sets or my own punches. I really like this punch a lot that I have, because I just feel like you can really do a lot with it to make the card pop without having to add a lot. I also like that die cut that I just showed you that was also a branch. Now this time, the 1 card does not have 2, but this one does. So instead of 12 cards, if I cut all of these apart, I could make 18 cards out of this kit for, I think the total price with shipping and tax, if you bought nothing else, was like $32 or $33. You can't go buy at the store 18 cards for anywhere close to that. So, and you got the organizer to go with it. So to me, this card kit was amazing. So we will, and so here's a couple. So knowing that I kind of did this is how the card front is supposed to look. Minus I cut it down a little bit and put it on black. And then I'm going to put it on a card base that I have. But by doing that, it allowed me to have the back side to do another card. Again, I just cut it out, used some cardstock that I had. This little piece of green right here, you're going to find I kind of like to use things as much as I can. So you can't really tell yet on this, but I actually took about 1/8 of an inch of this green sticker off that was extra, and I used that to add just this little touch to this card. So I was using everything. The other thing that I did, so this card again is how it should be. So these are the pieces. The only thing different I did on this one is, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I actually backed the birthday sticker on some black cardstock just to make it stand out a little bit, but you could totally stick it down on the card like it shows, and we could do that. This one, like I said, I could have just left the card front the way it was. I just added a little black so that you could kind of pop it and see it, and the black tied into the It's Your Day sticker. It's probably really hard to see on camera. Well, maybe you can. I do not have the Wink of Stella that Stampin' Up sells, but I did have my my clear shimmer brush. So I did use my clear shimmer brush on the flowers and the leaves just to give them a little something when you're looking at it. And then these are the iridescent sequins that it gave us. So that one is identical to what it is, like I said, minus the black, and this one is. Then this one is using, which I'll finish up, I just didn't have time. I actually found a couple stamps that I think I'm going to try. This one says, "Wishing you a beautiful day." So I'm thinking I'm going to put that on here. And that actually came from the beach day set that I have, that I've shown you a couple. So this "Wishing you a beautiful day." I also have this "Happy Birthday" out because I thought that one would be a good one for it. And actually, Enjoy Today could be on there also. On this card, I actually took one of the envelopes, trying to see if I have any pieces here you can kind of still see. And I actually used my scoring tool. Where is it? So I actually used my bone folder. I gently cut this apart or pulled it back so that I had the open part, and then I cut out what would have been like the back of the envelope so that I had this pretty pattern paper, and I ended up making this card. So I did add some cardstock, but basically this was the part of the envelope. Then I punched those 2 I showed you. This is actually another Stampin' Up punch that I have that I just punched. And this "Happy Birthday," just because I know some people are going to want to know where they came from, that came from this "Labeled with Love." I could have easily used this label. I have the die cut, but it is packed somewhere. So that is why I went back and used this one. But you could totally use this label. I could have actually stamped the butterflies or the flowers and put those on here as well. And I may use one of those since I'm using this set on here, or even the birthday present. So I might put something on there. So I might make some of these non-birthday, just so that I have a couple extra cards in there for other events. But again, I just put this on a white base and made it like that. So hopefully some of those ideas you guys like. But I wanted to we'll do a card together now, just doing the basics, and then we can also add on if we want. But I didn't ask you to bring anything else, so I thought we would just make them. And again, they're beautiful the way they are. I just tend to like sometimes to have more, so I kind of added these in. And that's really the only reason that I didn't use them as they are, is because I kind of like to do them. And honest, I still have, if I really want to, I still have this that I could put on the envelope, but the way they had them, all you saw on the envelope was going to be white anyway. This was the inside, so I didn't really feel bad cutting it apart, because I could even cut a strip of this and put it on the front of a white envelope or along the side just to give it some decoration if I want to do that. So I didn't really feel like I was wasting an envelope here, because I can just use a white envelope and they would still see the same thing from the outside. So, you like those, Joan? The extra cards? I lost you.
No, I was just muted. Sorry. No, I love those. I think that's a great idea. And I want to cut all my base card things in half now.
I
prettier
really love that they're front and back decorated, but sometimes I feel like people don't really look at the back of it. So if I could make another card out of it, and if
100% agree, people don't care.
If I had more 8.5 by 11, I would make some colored card bases with them. I just don't have it right now, so that's why I'm using the white card bases, because I may or may not have a really big stockpile of close to my heart white card bases and envelopes. So I will be using them for a while. So anyway, so I'm probably going to we're going to make the card the same, but I'm probably still going to cut this in half so that I can use it later. Just because, I hate to waste anything, and I'd rather be honest with you guys than not. So I'm going to cut mine, and then we kind of, you can follow me, but if you want to follow the directions, it's on this page.
Nope, I'm cutting mine too.
And then I do have white card bases sitting here, but if you don't, you can add it to it later, because it'll be ready to adhere. And like I said, you can use the adhesive that they have. I just, for my own ease, I like using my runner, but I definitely could use their like adhesive dots or the tape. So even this, I just think this is so cute. Already done, like all I did was attach it, and it's so cute. I forgot to cut out. Where'd I put them? These. I'm also, I think, just kind of for those of you that joined this one, I think that once our remodel is done in the basement, I have designed it in a way that it will not be a permanent scrap area down there, but that I have a whole area where I can set up tables and do things. So I think that I will probably try with some of these kits. Maybe when school starts and I have like a set schedule, I'm hoping to maybe do one class live at my house a month, or every other month if I can't make it work, and a Zoom class also, so we can kit together. I like these kits because it does what I want you to do, which is get a project done and have it and be ready to use. So that it's not overwhelming, like, okay, now I have a bunch of stuff partially done or something, but we can finish this kit, have it done, and go on from there. So this is just the die cut. It has it's really hard to see this on camera. I think you can see it there. There's like stitching at the bottom, white stitching. And it doesn't really give you measurements, but I kind of just put it close to half, maybe a little towards the bottom when I did mine. And then you take these, and what I did, so I'm going to pop this up. So what I did is kind of laid it the way I wanted. And then I put my adhesive on the other 3 flowers. And I kind of just laid them under where I wanted this to go. So that when I was ready to pop that up, I kind of knew where it would go, and these stuck out like I wanted them to. So that was kind of my method for figuring out where these went. I also just got a glass mat. I just ordered it and it came, but I didn't even have time to take it out yet. So we'll see how that works and whether I can work on that going forward on these and how it looks. I've heard good things, so I'm kind of excited. And then I'm going to use, I think these are called, I really wish I could remember what these things are called. I might have to look them up. I don't think it says in here. Nope. Okay. I also have foam tape that if I didn't have enough of these, I would just throw on and use. But these do make it pretty easy for these kits. I also like, so Stampin' Up! Doesn't have the foam tape like we had, but they do have these. I'll show you. So these are called foam adhesive strips. So they have these long, skinny, like 1/4-inch strips. They're not going to see on there very well. So it's about like that. And then you can cut them apart. So I have been using those a lot as well. And I like those. So I kind of have all of the adhesive back off. And so then again, I kind of just went back in here, figured out where I wanted it to sit, attached it down. Like I said, this one's super easy and super cute. This one uses the It's Your Day. I think it pops really good because it's black, but otherwise we could put some cardstock, but I personally think this one just looks cute the way it is. So I'm going to stick that under there. I have all these little adhesive dots that I somehow got off the packaging. I'm going to have to pull up off here. And then they give you enough. So I think in their design, they use 5 of the iridescent sequins. I try on the sequins especially, I kind of try to press it down a little before I pull it up so that the adhesive stays on the back a little better. And the way they did it is they have 2 over here on the left side of the card by the green leaves. And then they had, I have to remember now, 2 over here. I should look at my example because I had them there. Over here, next to kind of the white leaves on the strip of, I think they called this Sahara sand, I believe. And then they had one more that was, let me look at this again. Down here. I kind of didn't leave as much room this time, so I think I'm going to put mine down here. Kind of see them shining there in the light. And then I am, because I have it here, you could use the Wink of Stella, your clear shimmer brush, whatever you already have. And I'm just going to kind of give the little pretty and pink a little bit of, and I could also honestly, if you have a bunch of the shimmer brushes, which trust me, I want you to use what you have. So if you do have the shimmer brushes, I think the peach shimmer brush would look really pretty on this if you happen to have it. And I also think we had a couple of the greens that would probably go on these leaves and look really good also. I even think, depending on what you have, the gold would look really pretty also if you have that. But from Stampin' Up! Products, the clear is closest to what they have, which is the clear Wink of Stella, which, like I said, I just haven't ordered yet. So right now I'm still using what I have. Source card number 1. Look how fast that is. But even look.
So there's, Stephanie, there's like
Yeah.
3 pieces of the stickers. No, 4. All 4 of the ones in the white.
Yep, all 4 of the ones in the white. So you've got the little unopened flower,
Okay.
the green leaves, the white leaves, and then this big one is the one big die cut.
Okay. Yeah, that was, I'm trying to figure that out, but yeah, that works.
So I just kept no adhesive on my big flower and kind of set it on the card to start. And then I put adhesive on the 3 pieces and like placed them where, so that I knew enough would stick out when I put my flower back on.
Okay, so no dimensionals.
I put dimensionals only on the big one. You could put them on either.
Okay.
I just put the dimensionals on the
big one. That
Yep.
sounds great. Okay,
So I adhered those 3 down directly to it.
that makes sense.
But then here's kind of the side by side by the one where I just added a little black strip. And honestly, instead of cutting it down, you could also just add black to the top and bottom of your card.
Ooh, I like the black on there. That looks really nice.
I just thought it kind of made it pop
Yeah,
a little.
definitely. Definitely.
I also think some of the like if you really wanted to, this has a watercolor effect. If you're good, you could almost either watercolor pencil this black and white, but I just kind of liked how that tied in with the black and then adding the black there. And then the It's Your Day is on this sticker sheet.
Right.
So we technically have 6 of those to make. So we can make all those. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pop all of these out real quick and set them together for each card. So yeah, when you're looking at this, everything on the white triangle is on this first card. And then the other 2 pieces will be on the next card.
Gotcha.
So did you answer my question? I can't remember, Joan. Did you answer what Olympic sports you like to watch?
No. I usually don't watch the Olympics. I mean, gymnastics is fun, but they usually, what I would like to watch is the Taekwondo, and they never
show
they
it live.
never
Show
that.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't show it on the prime time. This year, because the time difference is off, really everything is recorded on the prime time, but Peacock, do you have Peacock at all?
No.
Okay. Peacock is allowing you to see like sports and recorded and live stuff. But it's also on, I think, like 6 different stations, like USA, E. I can't remember what else because I was watching something on E today. And also, can't remember. I mean, it used to be old school when you just had a TV. I literally watched whatever was on the whole time because it was just my thing.
Well, yeah.
And just sat and watched. Now it's almost harder because I could watch way more. And I would not get anything done because I could basically watch it close to 24 hours a day. But when we went, we saw some of the more, like we went to rowing. We saw a bunch of the basketball players. Although when we went in 84, I don't remember, I think the NBA players weren't as on the team quite as much.
Okay.
But we saw a lot of them. So it's kind of just one of my things.
That's cool.
So I think just because I am who I am and I'm frugal and I like to make more with my money, I'm going to go ahead and cut all these bases so that I can use the 6 backs of that one. And I'm still getting used to my Stampin' Up! Trimmer, but I do really like it. I like that it has a scoring blade with it a lot.
So when you put the black on, did you just put like black strips at the top and the bottom, or did you
I didn't,
did a
but
whole
I
base?
should have. I did the whole thing when I did it, but it makes more sense and is a lot less work if I would have just added the strips to it. The only
Okay.
thing is making sure you get good adhesive since it's a small item that way,
Small, true.
but it definitely saves paper. But for whatever reason, I didn't really think that through when I was doing it.
No, I would have thought to just do the whole base too. So, I mean,
But I think this time I'm going to cut some. I think what I have showing is 8-inch strips, but I might do, I don't know. I like here's what it looks with a 1/4-inch strip. And then the top is an eighth. So for ease, I may do 1/4 just because it's easier to cut
mhm.
than 1/8 inch. I like 1/8 inch, but sometimes
Depends
it's
on
not.
your cutter.
Yeah. And because I'm not very good at this one yet, I'm not really sure where 1/8 of an inch is. So we're going to do these. I think I'm going to do a couple of them that way since I have this sitting here. I did report the profile that the fake profile
The
that someone
clone
can
bee.
interview. Yeah.
Yeah, several people did. So it's out there, and Facebook says, yeah, it's not a duplicate of you. So I don't
Yeah.
think they really have a clue, quite honestly.
Yeah, I think that's all done by AI, and I don't think they really have any idea.
No, but I posted so people know, and I changed my password. So it's fine.
Yeah, strangely, I got 2 of them within like 20 minutes, yours and somebody else's.
Yeah, you said that. And I got one from her too. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm already friends with her, so I'm not doing that.
Right. Well, that's why both of you were like people that I knew wouldn't just create a Facebook very,
A
I
new
mean, I
one.
didn't think that you would create a new one
Exactly.
necessarily. So and I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put this black on first now that I'm adding it to the front, because then when I put my flower on, I can make sure I avoid it.
There's 4 of them, right? Or is there more than 4? 6?
There's 6 for each one.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm making the camera move because I'm trying to clean up the adhesive. Where is my, pull out my all-purpose mat so I can use that. And as I'm doing these, you guys are going to have to start telling me like if I end up off camera a lot, because I'm just not quite used to crafting on camera. So right now I'm just gonna put these on my bases like this and trim off the edges only because I didn't already have this set to 5.5, so they're longer than I need. And then I had enough for 4 of them, so I'm going to do 3 more, and then I am going to do the last one like it showed without the black. So I've got 3 of them propped with the black, and then 1 regular.
I am a slow crafter, so I'm still working on my first card. But I do have them prepped for the rest of
That's all
this.
right. We're in no hurry.
No.
I'm just going to attach these to some card bases since I cut them apart.
Usually when I do virtual retreats, I follow along as best I can, prep what I can as they're talking, and then go back later and watch it again.
Yeah, I like
Oh, nice.
with album retreats especially, I would get some done while they're doing it. It depended on who was teaching, but
Right. So this is gluing the black onto the white part as opposed to putting the black
yeah,
background on. And
I
it
like it.
still looks just as good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Nice. I like that. Okay. So
I'm gonna
that's
grab
prep.
more
And
card
then,
bases quick.
oh yeah, and then I'll put that on a card piece. Cool.
All right. So, and remember, I already had one of them done
Oh,
before we
okay.
hopped on.
All right.
So I'm going to kind of do my last ones kind of a little bit in a, I don't even know what I'm trying to say now. Sorry. I'm going to do them in an assembly line order. I'm going to do all the
Oh, I forgot it's your day.
4.
And it's not your day.
Yeah, I do like the black on it, but it's still really pretty the other way too.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to do what I did last time, sort of place that there just temporarily. Put an adhesive on the pieces and then kind of place them where I want them to show. Go on here. I'm sorry I had to cancel Friday.
Actually, Sunday works much better for me. So since I'm the only one here, it's perfect.
Yeah, I had it planned and then Maddie's work schedule came out and everybody else was like, Friday works better. I'm like, well, great. Friday's the day that didn't work for me, but I guess I'll make it work. So I put down my ones, then I popped up my big flower. I'm going to add my Wink of Stella that you don't have to do. I just kind of like it. Hey, we have another birthday party tomorrow.
So you just adding the Wink of Stella randomly on the petals?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Kind of like I'm kind of going where the color is.
Right.
Like, so I've left the white kind of open on a lot of it.
Okay.
Although I did do some on the white leaves. Like down the, I don't know what you call it, the spine of the leaf. I'm not sure what you call that, but I kind of added it down the centers of them.
Looks good.
And then I have My tweezer's missing. There they are. I did just get the pickup tool, but I haven't used it yet. That was also my box that came this weekend that I haven't gotten a chance to do anything with. But
Oh.
some people were using it at the retreat I was at last week. And I really liked it for a few things. I still think I like my close to my heart pickup tool for some of the stuff, but this the Stampin' Up tool I really liked for some of the other uses people were doing. So I'm gonna have to check that out and see what I think.
Yeah.
And I have had a sneak peek of what's going to be coming out September to December, and I'm really excited for it.
Oh, good.
It's going to be fun. There will be scrapbook workshops, but we have not seen those yet. Mostly because they're designing those from scratch quickly and not in their normal process. So they're not in the catalog. They're going to be a separate kind of digital release to show.
Right.
I really, really think they'll be good based on what I'm seeing.
Super.
All right. Keep trying to do my flower. Is it okay to keep working on this one, or do you want me to switch to the other card?
You can switch if you want. Because I'm not keeping up, so I'm just gonna, I have the one example, and then I'm gonna finish them later.
Okay,
So
you
if you
just
want
go
to move
your own
on to the
pace.
next one, that's perfect.
Okay. Well, why don't you finish up the one you're doing? I might just quickly do these two.
Yeah, I'm just adding the sequence so I remember to put it on the base one because I forgot that part.
Yeah, and you can put them anywhere, but if you look so on the instructions on this final one, you kind of have to look sometimes, but you can see they have like two over here, two on by this leaf, and then the one kind of right here in between those two green leaves.
Yeah, I just winged it.
I did on some of mine. Well, sometimes it's wherever the adhesive stuck before I got the
True. Very true.
sequin where I wanted it.
No, yep, I like this one. I'm gonna make the rest of them like my little sample when I get there. So we can move on.
Okay, let me finish this one. I'll leave my other two.
Take your time.
So for the other one, you're gonna want to have punched out these two pieces.
Okay.
For the next card. Pop on my It's Your Day. Now this one, I'm gonna put it up here.
Oh, that's a stick.
Yeah, we leave for Florida Wednesday.
Oh.
Maddie's her friend's birthday party tomorrow. I watched the girls Tuesday, and Maddie has her recital Tuesday, so it'll be kind of a busy few days.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get packed somewhere within that. Okay. So for those following along on the replay, I still have these two bases done with everything kind of cut out here to do. I did add the black to most of them, but here are the 4 versions. 5 versions, I guess, that I did. Oh no, 4. That's my extras. I was like, I don't think I made 5. So this one is the exactly like they show. This one is also pretty much like they showed. The only thing I added on these was the Wink of Stella or shimmer brush. Then on this one, I actually cut down the front itself, the card base, and put it on a whole piece of black. And on this one, and these others, I cut out the black and attached it to the card base before I started. So we will move on. I'll leave these up here with one of the finished ones on top. Oops. So you can kind of see that maybe. There we go. I think you can see it. All right. So the next one uses the white with black polka dots as the card base. So I'm going to use my bone folder to score it, because I'm not going to cut this one apart, only because the back is just white with maybe like a little piece of a dot showing. So I'm going to do these pretty much the same. And my example for this one is right here. So this one's pretty basic. If you do it the way they did it, you are going to take your black and white triangle and put adhesive on that. And with these, the only thing I try to do is make sure that my adhesive goes all the way to the point so that it kind of stays down. And the black and white, black with white polka dots goes first. So it's going to go, the middle point goes all the way up on the left top corner. And then the second one, which is this little piece here, the two greens, is going to go and out of adhesive. Let's see. Okay, another one sitting here.
What adhesive are you using, Stephanie?
The adhesive that I stocked up like 100 of before it went out. It's the close to my heart one.
So you're not using liquid adhesive?
I'm not, but you can. I don't know. Liquid adhesive would probably be smarter because you save it. I did get my first Stampin' Seal. I just haven't used it yet. So I need to get this and try it. The liquid adhesive I was using earlier for some stuff is I have the Tombow green that I like.
Yeah.
But I also have really started to like this one. This Barely Art.
Barely Art. Yeah.
So when I did
art glitter glue.
Yeah, so like when I did these punches, I used that Barely Art. It probably would make more sense for me to use that because it goes a lot farther than tape
well, it's
runner.
more if you have to move the pieces.
Yeah, you can
when you
move
put
it,
them down, because if you use
it
the other adhesive, it's hard to move anything. But with liquid adhesive, you can move it around, which is what I like. So I go back and forth between the different things I use.
So this one, just so you can kind of see the difference, I'm going to do it without backing it in the black, just so you can kind of see this is how they had it. So they just kind of have that in the middle there, which we're just going to leave that little crooked there and nobody's going to pay attention to me because I definitely did not get that. And I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it up. Well, maybe I can. No, maybe I'm going to be lucky. Oh, I am. All right, we'll try this again. See if I can't do better.
Did you use
the
dots for that to raise it up, whatever they're called?
I didn't, but you definitely could.
I think that would be good.
I like it on the black too for that purpose because I think it gives it a little more.
I'm with you.
Something. But I thought I'd do this one just so that you can see what it looks like. Just doing it like it shows. And on this one, then the 5 sequins they use. So on the greens down here, they kind of put them in a triangle. It's the rule of 3s. And then they actually do 2 up here on the black with white polka dots, kind of just over from the edge. So in theory,
okay.
that is the card. That's how
Cute.
easy that one is and how cute it looks. And it definitely could be used for anyone. Now, I personally do, my own personal opinion is I like the black behind it.
Yeah, I do too.
That's just a personal thing. So I'll probably do that on my other ones just because I think it makes it stand out. And when I do it on the black on the next one, I also might pop it up. But on this one, I really don't know that I'll add too much more unless I wanted to make it for somebody special and I added some sprigs or some flowers to it or something like that. But I think this is a great card for either someone I don't know well or could be used for a masculine type card, or something you just don't want to give flowers because a lot of them have flowers or butterflies, it seems. So I think I will do a couple more of those.
It's a nice generic one because if you're going to give the whole kit as a box, as a present,
Yeah.
then you have some generic cards for the men. And
Yeah, I really like it. And I think this is a great gift for almost anybody because you don't need anything. There's no stamping. There's really no craft knowledge needed.
oh
But when
no,
you're
my daughter
done
would not put this together. This is going together already for her, filled with
for
cards.
her. See, but I think some would that wouldn't craft normally.
That's true.
I think because I think that it's there and the fact that you can make, even if you just make the 12 cards in the little organizer, you can't go to Target. So I took my granddaughter to Target in June to get a card for her mom. And pretty much, unless you wanted something that was not cute at all,
Right.
they started at $5 and $6. And the ones that she picked out were $8 and $10.
Of course.
Well, 12 cards with envelopes ready to go in this little cute organizer, I think for less than $3 a piece is amazing. I think I might.
Why I like to make cards.
What'd you say?
Which is why I like to make cards.
Right. Because it's so much. I'm going to try to do a sage background also. I think that might pop on there.
That'd be nice.
And try and see what it looks like. Also, I don't know if I think I've put it on the group and stuff, but I can't remember if I've really made it known that they will be coming out with two-toned cardstock. Some colors possibly as early as this fall. And it will be white course. So it basically will be Stampin' Up! Colors, but more in a close to my heart type of cardstock.
Mm-hmm.
And they will eventually come out with all their colors that way. And then they will also keep what they've got now. For sure in the 8.5 by 11. I'm not positive in the 12 by 12, but they will still have the solid core that Stampin' Up! People are used to. So I'm kind of excited for that. And also, if you or anyone watching the replay is like a huge fan of the Close to My Heart cardstock, I don't know if you've looked recently, but there are a lot of colors available on the Stampin' Up! Under the Close to My Heart products. There's quite a few colors available.
I did see that. And there's still the duo too, the double-sided ones. At least that's what I saw.
Yes. So the Close to My Heart two-sided, there are quite a few colors. Now those are actually Close to My Heart paper packs.
Gotcha.
That they bought from them. Yeah, I think I like the green also, the sage.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I'm going to do one of them that way. I think I'll pop this one up. The other thing is you all know that I'm cheap isn't the right word, but frugal maybe. So I use the outside of the
Oh
pop
yeah,
dot
me too.
and cut it apart and use it. Because I don't want to waste it. And it's
I'm with you.
something. So I do use that also. Yeah, we don't
So
really do
that
gifts.
stage from um Stampin' Up or Country Craft Creations? Or not
What's that? What is?
the sage. Is it
The sage is a close to my heart color.
close to my heart? Okay.
Yeah, there is probably a color that I could have made work from Stampin' Up, but I am running low. Until we get the solid color packs.
Right.
I'm trying to use those for bigger things
Mhm.
and use my close to my heart for the smaller colors simply because
That makes sense.
really don't like there's certain colors I keep using out of the 12 like the they do them in their like base neutrals, regals, brights.
Right.
There's
Right.
certain colors and then I have to keep buying more packs. So like some of the colors I have quite a few of already. And some of them I'm completely out already.
Okay.
And I have a lot of close to my heart
Well, you need to use up what you have. So
cardstock that I need to use
we
up.
understand that.
So this happens to be sage, but I thought it went pretty well.
That looks nice.
So I kind of like that one too. So here's with the sage, with the black, on just plain. They all look good.
Yep.
I don't know what my favorite is, to be honest, but
So what did you do with this card base?
I I haven't finished it yet, but that's the one where I did this.
Where
And this
did you
is
get the gray? Or where did you get that color?
so I used a little piece of black, a little piece of almond, which is close to my heart, so that I actually cut out of my cardstock. And then this little piece of the Stampin' Up color is where I cut it off the edge of this, where I had some extra.
Ooh, those are tiny.
Yeah. Well, there's a decent, you could cut as much as like a 1/4 inch off this. I just made it a little sliver because I wanted to see if it worked or if I liked it.
Okay.
And then I think I'm going to see what I have for a floral. And then I'm going to use one of those 2 birthday ones that was off the beach day. So either this one that just says happy birthday that'll go on that strip. I don't know if you can see that.
Sandy something. Okay.
Here. So there's this happy birthday. Or this one that says wishing you a beautiful day. I'm thinking about using that one.
Okay.
So whatever stamps you have, I just pulled one out so that I had a sentiment on it. Or you could actually just add a floral, add something, and do whatever with it. So I'm figuring out, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with those yet.
What's the length or width of those colors?
The ones I did?
Yeah, the ones you cut. So you cut this cardstock. Where'd you cut it at?
Which one? So show me the card. Oh, I made it be 4 by 5 1/4. You could leave it as is, but since I put a color, you also could put black behind it. That would look good.
Sure.
But so the way I did it, if you can see it, it has the colored cardstock behind that's the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2.
Right.
And then I cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I think this black is 3/4 of an inch. Let me see if I can.
Oh, so you put that on top of.
Yeah, I put it on top of there.
Okay.
You could have cut that piece if you want. Yeah, I did that. Oh, yeah, I think it's 3/4 or maybe, I think it's 3/4. And then the acorn I did basically just under that by an 1/8.
Okay.
And then this is just sitting on top of the
Black.
almond. I said acorn. I actually have it on top of the almond, but you could put it on the black. I just had it on top of, at the very top of the almond.
Okay.
And then I may just do something similar to what I did for this card and
I
put
like
a couple of
those.
little
Those are
sprigs
very
and this.
pretty.
So I may end up doing basically the same thing on here.
Okay, and you made those out of the envelopes.
Yes, the striped pattern is out of the one envelope. Let me find it here. You actually could use the other envelope if you wanted on this card. You could use the gingham envelope and cut some strips or something out of it. But this card I made out of that envelope.
With the happy birthday punch. That looks cute. And then, so I know you already said this, but since I'm the only one here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What, what punches did you use for the leaves again and your stamp?
I will find the name of them and put it on. I'll put it.
Because I have the punch for this, the saying, but I don't have the stamp. But then
So I have this. I wish they had the names on these because I need to write the names on it. I just don't know it. But it was this kind of leaf.
Yeah.
And then I just used this one, but you could use anything else. There's also a punch and a die cut right now out for this labels with love. That would be cute.
Okay.
That's a current punch and die. And the die actually comes with 3 of these, I believe. Actually, is it right here? Let's see. Yeah, hold on. So the labeled with love die actually comes with 3. So when you could run that through.
Are they all the same size?
Yep. It just makes it easier to cut a bunch of them at the same time.
Okay.
And instead of paying for 1 die, then they have 3 of them. There's also a punch. But I got the die for that one because I wanted to be able to quickly die cut a bunch of them. Because then I just die cut them or punch them and leave a bunch along hanging out like I did. So like the file tabs, I basically just punched a whole bunch of them one time so that I could use them.
That's a good idea.
So this stamp set that I used that happy birthday on, that's that labeled with love, and it also has the die cut or the thing. But I happen to have this Stampin' Up! Punch, so I used it.
Yeah, I have that one.
And then I will look up.
So what are the colors of paper that you use for the leaves?
The leaves I did in, what is this called? Hold on. It's Stampin' Up! It's called, just a second, Petal Pink.
Oh, okay. That's the one that goes with this kit, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So Petal Pink. Because I had that one. Now, if you wanted Stampin' Up! Colors, I think
it's probably celery.
That actually this garden green might go. Or of current colors.
Probably certain celery or wasabi. Green's pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah, I also like, I think Mossy Meadow might go with the darker. Maybe. The darker one's a little harder, and I actually didn't pull out the darker green out of Close to My Heart either because it didn't really, like pine or New England ivy, something might be close, but it wasn't exact. So that's why I went with the sage. So this is sage from Close to My Heart. This is almond from Close to My Heart. And then this is the Petal Pink from Stampin' Up! And the basic black from Stampin' Up! That I used.
Okay, thank you.
And then if you want, we can kind of switch. We can either finish these next time when everybody's on. We can do all the cards if you want, or we can still just do a few. And then for here, I mean, there's not a whole lot to do unless you want to make it your own. But basically all they have ready to do is taking off the sticker for the month and like sticking it on here so that you can start adding your family birthdays on here. And then, like I said, there's the pockets. So you can stick as many cards as you need for that month if you've already got them pulled out.
Kind of going far though, don't they?
They can, yes.
Yeah,
But I guess the
exactly.
bonus to that is they won't get bent or anything if you put them all the way down.
True.
So then I think that's probably part of it too, is so that they don't get caught or bent on anything. And they probably don't fall out quite as easy. Like,
Right.
whereas if I had them up here a bit, I have a feeling if I accidentally tipped it over, then they kind of fall out.
True.
So I'm guessing that's the purpose behind that. But like I said, I think, and I got to decide, I'm thinking I might either do something like this or the file tabs with calendar stamps or stickers that I already have in my stash. I'll look to see if there's a stamp set from Stampin' Up right now. I don't recall one that has the months. They did when this kit came out, but this kit is from 2023. But I just really liked it. It was still available, so that's why I picked it as the first one. Plus, I thought anybody could use this either for yourselves or as a gift.
Right.
So I'll kind of show what I end up with. I also thought about using some of the other that I already know, because some of them are pretty much the same, like September, October, November, December, even August. So I don't know. We'll see what I do, but I'll probably stamp them or use some individual letters. And then, like I said, I think I'm going to do something to the front of it just because I can.
Right.
Um,
Well, I think even on the inside, it would be nice to decorate, the brown polka dots,
Yep.
For the different months and everything. That would be a next step kind of thing.
Yep. So if you want to bump it up at all. And like I said, I'm thinking about doing something like at the bottom and the top with either the peach or the dark green. And then, or the petal pink, I should call it. And then maybe put something in the middle. I even thought about taking even just one of these and popping it on and stamping something on it.
That would be cute.
Have on there. And I thought that would be cute. And then as a gift, I think I'm not sure though. I might run some ribbon through here and just kind of tie it to make it look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't quite thought through what I want to do yet. But I think I'm going to give these. I actually have multiple people that I'm thinking about giving these to for Christmas. So either the kit itself or these. So I might order a few. Because I think they'll make cute gifts for some people that we don't really exchange anymore, but I tend to get something like my nieces and kind of when you graduate college, you're kind of out of the kids' realm of getting gifts. We decided.
Yep.
And sometimes we've exchanged names like one-to-one adult, and sometimes we don't do anything. So I thought maybe I would give these to my two nieces for Christmas. And then I think I might give one to my daughter-in-law and our daughter. Just because I think if we could fill in all the birthdays on here before you give it, like you might do for Maeve, and then they can add who they want, or the other family.
Exactly.
And then I think I might go ahead and make some additional cards, maybe not the matching ones, and stick those in there too so that they have a start. Maybe put some thank yous and some other things besides birthdays in here in the front and the back pocket.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
That's kind of my thought process on it, but so that's kind of where I'm at with it. So I think because I've done all this, I'm going to stop the recording, but Joan, if you and I want to finish crafting, we can, but I think I'll stop the recording so they don't have to hear me finish up these last cards. So let me see how I do that because, we're learning.
Exactly.
Trying to learn. How do I stop recording? So you guys are going to have to learn with me as I learn all of this each time. Stop recording. There we go.
There you go.